Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. We are so pleased that you can join us this morning on this special occasion. My name is Brent Wren. I serve as the Associate Provost and University Marshal, and it'll be my honor to guide you through today's ceremony. I want to start by thanking Dr. David Ragsdale for the fine music that they played for us on the prelude this morning. I also want to give a real quick special thanks to the Von Braun Center staff and the folks from UAH this morning who arrived early. Less than 10 hours ago, there was an ice hockey game going on, and they managed to get this set in that short amount of time. So thanks to everyone who worked so hard this morning. Two quick announcements before we get started. First, we do have professional photographers on site to take photographs of your graduates, so I would ask that in the interest of safety and for the enjoyment of others that you not come near the stage or on the rails to take photographs, especially up on the balcony to block the view of folks behind you. And second, I'd ask that you would put your electronic devices, phones and otherwise, on silent or vibrate so that we don't disturb this special occasion. So this morning we gather to celebrate years of hard work and sacrifice on the part of your graduates as well as friends and family, and to observe one of academia's oldest and most solemn ceremonies, the awarding of degrees. Let us begin then with a tradition that dates back to the Middle Ages, a procession of scholars. UAHuntsville doctoral candidates. UAHuntsville master's students. UAHuntsville undergraduate students from the colleges of Business Administration, Engineering, Liberal Arts, Nursing, and Science. UAHuntsville past honorary degree recipients, faculty, researchers, and staff. Academic deans, vice presidents, and administrators. President of the University, Dr. Robert Altenkirk. We'll now ask that you rise for the presentation of the colors. James Desta will sing our national anthem. Please remain standing for the invocation given by Reverend Frank Broyles. Gentlemen, please remove your caps.
And the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
In this very room, on this very day, we behold deep commitment and vast investment. We celebrate accomplishment and transformation, and we declare our gratitude that grace abounds. Creator who will always sustain, we thank you for the rich and full life of this university, its commitment to excellence and pursuit of truth, knowledge, and integrity for learning and for living. For faculty, staff, sustainers, families who have invested, and all who care, we do not hold back our thanksgiving. And for these students, these emerging graduates, we behold an awesome community for whom this university has cared and invested. We know that their longings and their hopes, their struggles and their successes have found a tapestry over the years. We stand with them and rejoice with them. And as we this morning mourn with millions in our nation over deep loss, we commit ourselves to stand with them and all placed under our care into the future that you provide. And as we mourn, we celebrate that future with all of its potential. Grant these students and their families what is needed to build this future with integrity and compassion, pursuing deep knowledge, richly blessed and fully equipped. We offer all this, brimming with the hope that never dies. Amen.
Please be seated. Good morning, everyone, and welcome. My name is Vistas Karbhari, and I have the honor of being the provost of the University of Alabama in Huntsville. We are pleased that so many of you have come to join our university community in recognizing the academic achievements of our students who have completed their degrees in their chosen fields. And we share in the celebration of this transition in their lives, the crossing of a symbolic threshold from students to learned members and leaders of society. We celebrate the accomplishments of the women and men we honor today. These students have achieved a great deal. They've done this through their years at the university, and we're proud of each one of them, proud of their efforts, their accomplishments, and the way in which they have contributed already to their communities, and we have been honored to have been part of their lives. You, our graduating students, represent the very best, and we expect that each of you will change the world for the better. Each of you have touched us in so many ways. We will miss you, yet we are happy that you are moving on to another chapter in your lives. We are optimistic and confident that you will not only serve as ambassadors and standard bearers for our university, but that you will also set new standards of excellence for contributions to your communities, society, and our nation, and that you will continue on the path of lifelong learning. it is an honor for me to introduce to you representatives of the distinguished faculty and staff of the University of Alabama in Huntsville. Seated on the stage are the deans. They are Dean Karen St. John of the College of Business Administration, Dean Shankar Mahalingam of the College of Engineering, Dean Glenn Dasher of the College of Liberal Arts, Dean Faye Rains of the College of Nursing, Dean Jack Fix of the College of Science, and Dr. Regina Young Hyatt, Dean of Students. As an institution of higher education, our reputation and our ability to fulfill our mission depends on our faculty and research staff, and we are proud of their commitment, their level of excellence in teaching, research, and service. They have contributed to the acquisition of knowledge through their research, scholarship, and creative activities. They have worked with today's graduating students in shared responsibility for teaching, learning, and scholarship, as well as the development of new knowledge. Together with our students, this body forms the foundation upon which the reputation of this university rests, and they serve as the heart of this university. I ask that our faculty and research staff please stand as a group. Please join me in applauding our dedicated faculty and research personnel. Thank you for your outstanding contributions to the university. It is now my pleasure to introduce the President of the University of Alabama in Huntsville, Dr. Robert Altenkirk.
Thank you, Vistas. Honored guests, Dr. Wayne Clough, from whom you'll hear later, who will deliver the commencement address. University of Alabama System Vice Chancellor for Research, Susie Young, past honorary degree recipient Ordway, Provost Kabari, Vice Presidents and Deans, distinguished faculty, UAHuntsville staff, and alumni. Among life's milestones, commencement is an exceptional day for many people. Above all, it's a day that celebrates the commitment and tireless effort of all those who will soon receive their degrees. Malcolm Gladwell, journalist and writer for The New Yorker, in his book Outliers, The Story of Success, noted that, quote, "Practice isn't the thing you do once you're good, it's the thing you do that makes you good." In order to be here today, you practiced a lot of hard work, and you can be quite proud of that. From its beginnings in 1950, when the first classes were offered at the University of Alabama in Huntsville, then an extension center of the University of Alabama, to 1961, when Dr. Werner von Braun secured funding from the Alabama legislature to establish a research institute, to UAH graduate student Jim Ashburn's 1987 discovery of high-temperature superconductivity, to UAH's classification by the Carnegie Foundation for the advancement of teaching as a very high research university, one of only 73 such public universities in the U.S. This is a great university, and your degree will have currency in the marketplace. Parents and graduates, thank you for being here today to celebrate this milestone in the lives of these young people. I'm pleased to introduce our fall 2012 commencement speaker, Dr. G. Wan Clough, the 12th Secretary of the Smithsonian, the world's largest museum and research complex. The Smithsonian includes 19 museums and galleries, 20 libraries, the National Zoo, 9 research centers, and has activities in nearly 100 countries. The U.S. Space and Rocket Center here in Huntsville is an affiliate of the Smithsonian. The Saturn V rocket you see at the Davidson Center when you visit the Space and Rocket Center is on loan from the Smithsonian. Prior to his appointment to the Smithsonian, Dr. Clough was president of the Georgia Institute of Technology for 14 years. He served on the faculty at Duke University, Stanford University, and Virginia Tech. He served as head of the Department of Civil Engineering and dean of the College of Engineering at Virginia Tech, and as provost at the University of Washington. Dr. Clough received his bachelor's and master's degrees in civil engineering from Georgia Tech and a doctorate in civil engineering from the University of California, Berkeley. He is the recipient of 8 honorary doctorates, soon to increase to 9 following his address, I might add. Dr. Clough has been recognized extensively for his achievements, including the 2011 Foreign Policy Association Medal, membership in the American Academy of Arts and Sciences, induction into the Technology Hall of Fame of Georgia, election to the National Academy of Engineering. He's received 9 national awards from the American Society of Civil Engineers, including an Outstanding Projects and Leaders Lifetime Award for contributions to education and the 2010 President's Award. Please join me in welcoming Dr. G. Wing Clough, a truly outstanding leader in engineering education and research in science and technology policy, and perhaps most importantly, an all-around nice guy. Wayne.
Thank you. Thank you very, very much. It's an honor for me to be with you on this auspicious day. So thank you, President Alkenkirk, and to all of your distinguished administrative staff and the folks from the university system who are here, the faculty and honored guests, and most of all, the graduates. I'm delighted to be with you today. I had a chance yesterday when Bob drove me around to see your beautiful campus, and it was a joy. We're here, of course, to celebrate the accomplishments of the class of 2012. And I will be humbled later on to accept an honorary degree from this great institution. It's a great day, and although I know we're all troubled together about the tragic events that occurred in Connecticut, this is a new beginning for you. This is a time to celebrate your life and your career in the future. I know this is not the only thing going on at this university that's important today, because your 4th-ranked men's Blue Chargers basketball team is playing this afternoon. And so I want to thank the schedulers for these 2 events that my remarks are not completing with the basketball team for your attention. And I can promise you I will be speaking at 4 p.m., so get that out of the way. It was always a pleasure for me personally to come to Huntsville. And I have many reasons over the years to come to this beautiful city. My older brother fell in love with this city, and he and his family have lived here since the early 1960s, and he is now retired here. When I was president of Georgia Tech, I came here many times because there are 1,000 Georgia Tech alums who live in this area, and it was always fun to come here. It was a pleasure to find that many Georgia Tech alums are important members of your community, like Jan Davis, who flew in space 3 times and now lives here, and Mark Smith, and Lonnie McMillan, who founded AdTran and the Hudson Alpha Institute of Biotechnology. Now, a less pleasant reminder of UAH and Huntsville for me came each year when your civil engineering concrete canoe team regularly trounced Georgia Tech's team on the way to something like 8 national championships that they won. But on a more pleasant note, we had many activities between Georgia Tech and UAH that were good and productive. Now, it's been a pleasant surprise for me in my position now as Secretary of the Smithsonian to find and build many positive relationships with Huntsville and UAH. I'll mention a few of these. Yesterday on my arrival, the first thing I did was to visit the remarkable U.S. Space and Rocket Center, which is one of the museums that are part of our national network of affiliates. And it is a national resource in increasing the interest of young people in careers in math, science, and engineering. And this year, 2 of your students, Zachary Langford and Casey Camameo, served as student research assistants in our Smithsonian Tropical Research Institute in Panama, where they specialize in using remote sensing to help us assess the biodiversity and health of tropical forests. The UAH Center in Space Plasma and Aeronomic Research is working with a team at the Smithsonian formed by Justin Casper of our Smithsonian Astrophysical Observatory in the design of an instrument that will for the first time approach closely to the sun and measure properties of the plasma in the sun's atmosphere. The Marshall Space Flight Center here in Huntsville partners with the Smithsonian Astrophysical Observatory in the operation of the great X-ray satellite, the Chandra system, that allows scientists from around the world to help us understand how the universe works. And finally, the Smithsonian's Air and Space Museum is now home to the storied shuttle orbiter Discovery, which traveled 148 million miles in space and was powered by rockets produced by the Marshall Space Flight Center. When the Space Shuttle Discovery arrived at our National Air and Space Museum's Haase Center near Dulles Airport, I was honored to share the stage with heroes, including Senator John Glenn, NASA Administrator Charlie Bolden, himself an astronaut, and the first female shuttle commander, Colonel Eileen Collins. When she was first named to command a shuttle mission, Colonel Collins remarked, "Since I was a child, I have dreamed about space. I've admired pilots, astronauts, and explorers of all kinds. It's my hope that all children, boys and girls, will see this mission and be inspired to reach for their dreams, because dreams do come true." Inspiration. Now, there's a word with magic in it. The word has Latin roots that means to give life by breathing into. What could be more powerful than that? And that's what I want to briefly discuss with you today. Who inspires you? What inspires you? And how can you inspire others? I grew up in rural Douglas, Georgia, in a family of modest means. My parents did not get to go to college because of the Depression, and they worked hard all their lives and sacrificed so that their children could go to college. They gave me a great opportunity, and their example inspired me. They showed that you don't have to be a hero to inspire people. For the graduates, I know that you can point to people in this room, in this audience today, who inspired you, your parents, a professor, or one of your peers. Now, what inspires you? Eileen Collins was inspired by space. The Shuttle Discovery, now at the Smithsonian, is undertaking its second great mission to inspire the next Eileen Collins. And that's what the Smithsonian is all about. And I saw it that day when the Discovery arrived at the Smithsonian. I saw the wonder of the faces on hundreds of children who were there. And over time on the ground, the Discovery will make just as big an impact as it did in space. You will find inspiration at the Smithsonian, and you own it. 60% of our budget comes from taxpayers' money. You should all take advantage of it. I am inspired every day at the Smithsonian. We have iconic objects that tell the stories of the American spirit. All told, 130 million objects and specimens in our collections. We have the Star-Spangled Banner. We just sang our anthem about it. In 1813, Fort McHenry Commander Mayor George Armistead reported to his superior, Major General Samuel Smith, just before the British attack and said, "We, sir, are ready at Fort McHenry, but I desire to have a flag so large that the British will have no difficulty in seeing it at a distance." So Baltimore native Mary Pickersgill and her assistants created the garrison flag, 30 by 42 feet, and immortalized the national anthem, and now that flag is at the Smithsonian. A few years ago in our American History Museum, we built a new state-of-the-art home for the Star-Spangled Banner. As it was being moved into its not yet finished home, all the construction workers on the site stopped as it passed by. They took off their hard hats and held their hands to their heart. That, my friends, is the power of inspiring objects. You will find them at the Smithsonian. We also have Samuel Morse's telegraph, Edison's light bulb, the Salk vaccine, the 1865 telescope designed by Maria Mitchell, the first woman astronomer in America who discovered a comet, Amelia Earhart's plane, the Wright Flyer, Louis Armstrong's trumpet, the field jacket of labor leader Cesar Chavez, the Lansdowne Portrait of George Washington, the Congressional Gold Medal awarded to Japanese American World War II veterans, the Spirit of Tuskegee Airplane used to train Tuskegee airmen during World War II, and the Hopi ceramic pot carried into space by the first Native American to orbit the Earth, Chickasaw astronaut John Harrington, and the camera purchased by John Glenn at a drugstore, which he used on his first flight. I am humble and fortunate to be Secretary of the Smithsonian. I am inspired by what I see every day. And I must admit, I have a pretty cool job. This summer, we had a rock concert on the mall, and I got to meet the funk master himself, George Clinton, and I got his autograph. Meeting George Clinton was pretty inspirational. The good news is that you and your families can visit the Smithsonian every day of the year but one Christmas Day, and you can come for free. We have 19 museums and galleries, as the President has said, and the National Zoo. We offer much in art, history, science, and culture and education. We had 30 million visitors last year at the Smithsonian. We have extensive digital holdings today, and over 100 million people accessed our digital holdings, and many more watch our network's Image award-winning channel and subscribe to Smithsonian Magazine. If you can't come to us, we're going to come to you. About 2 weeks ago, the first ever Smithsonian American Ingenuity Awards were presented to an extraordinary group of individuals in various fields. I was fascinated without any prompting, as many of the winners told of being inspired as a child by a visit to the Smithsonian. We call that lighting the fuse. What they saw inspired them and changed their lives forever. A 15-year-old high school sophomore, Jack Andraka, won in our Youth Achievement category. Jack's parents took him to the Smithsonian's National History Museum when he was young, and he caught the science bug. Motivated by the death of a beloved uncle from pancreatic cancer, Jack decided if he could invent a test for early diagnosis of the disease, something that had eluded the greatest research scientists in the world. As he said, his research started, as it would with his age, Wikipedia and Google. And he came up with an idea based on carbon nanotubes. A professor at Johns Hopkins decided to accept his proposal and let him do some testing in the lab. Turns out the test works. It's cheap, fast, and inexpensive, and extremely promising. And he challenged everyone in the audience on awards night when he said, instead of taking pictures of your food tonight and posting them on Instagram, how about instead change the world with your ideas? Just imagine. Change the world. This is a 15-year-old kid. Change the world with your ideas. And all it takes is a little inspiration. Graduates, you have the good fortune to have obtained a world-class education here at the University of Alabama at Huntsville. You are one of the lucky ones, and you have a chance to make a difference in the world. Because you will have to continue learning throughout your life, you can be assured that you and your family can count on having the Smithsonian as a source for lifelong learning and inspiration. All we ask in return is that you share the power of inspiration with others through your example and your life's work. I wish you all the best in your journey. Thank you for having me here.
Thank you, Varian, for a very inspirational speech. I'm pleased to confer on Dr. G. Wayne Clough the degree Doctor of Science honoris causa with all the rights and privileges pertaining to that degree. And let me read the citation. The Board of Trustees of the University of Alabama has awarded to G. Wayne Clough the degree of Doctor of Science with all the rights, privileges, and honors thereunto appertaining. In testimony whereof, this diploma is issued with the seal of the board and the signatures authorized by the trustees hereunto affixed. Conferred at the University of Alabama in Huntsville on this, the month of December 2012.
Will the candidates for all doctoral degrees please stand? President Altenkirk, the School of Graduate Studies is pleased to present these candidates who have completed the requirements for the Doctor of Nursing Practice and the Doctor of Philosophy degrees. On behalf of the graduate faculty, I recommend that the degrees be conferred.
By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees, and upon the recommendation of the graduate faculty of the University of Alabama in Huntsville, I confer upon each of you this degree with all the rights and privileges and responsibilities pertaining to that degree. Congratulations for this recognition and for your scholarly contributions to knowledge.
Will the candidates and their escorts please come to the stage? The doctoral candidates will be hooded by their college dean and the faculty advisor.
Doctor of Nursing Practice recipients in the College of Nursing will be hooded by the Dean of the College of Nursing, Dr. Faye Raines. Barbara Sue Brown is receiving a Doctor of Nursing Practice, and she will be hooded by her advisor, Dr. Haley Boyd. Her scholarly project is entitled Implementation of a Nurse Practitioner-Led Cardiovascular Assessment Program for Healthcare Workers in a Tertiary Care Cardiac Center. Elizabeth Barnaby is receiving a Doctor of Nursing Practice, and she will be hooded by her advisor, Dr. Lynx McClellan. Her scholarly project is entitled Development and Evaluation of a Continuing Education Unit on Tyrosinemia Type 1 for Advanced Practice Registered Nurses. Jennifer Lowry Gibbs is receiving a Doctor of Nursing Practice, and she will be hooded by her advisor, Dr. Kathy Newman. Her scholarly project is entitled Development and Evaluation of a Website to Encourage Physical Activity in African American Adolescent Girls. Catherine Ann Park is receiving a Doctor of Nursing Practice, and she will be hooded by her advisor, Dr. Kathy Newman. Her scholarly project is entitled Changing Illness Beliefs in Adolescents Diagnosed with Asthma. Darlene Almeida Showalter is receiving a Doctor of Nursing Practice, and she will be hooded by her advisor, Dr. Lynx McClellan. Her scholarly project is entitled Implementation of a Skin-to-Skin and Early Breastfeeding Clinical Guideline in a Labor and Delivery Unit. Jennifer Painter Loudon is receiving a Doctor of Nursing Practice, and she will be hooded by her advisor, Dr. Pamela O'Neill. Her scholarly project is entitled Part-Time Clinical Faculty Nursing Orientation Utilizing Simulation. Marlena Siebert Primo is receiving a Doctor of Nursing Practice, and she will be hooded by her advisor, Dr. bond strength between FRP and concrete substrate. Jeffrey Paul Wilson is receiving a Doctor of Philosophy in Civil Engineering, and he will be hooded by his advisor, Dr. Michael Anderson. Dissertation entitled Evaluation of Origin-Destination Matrix Estimation Techniques to Support Aspects of Traffic Modeling. Haixing Liang is receiving a Doctor of Philosophy in Electrical Engineering, and he will be hooded by his advisor, Dr. Zhengping Guo. His dissertation is entitled Surface, Plasma, and Resonance in Superperiodic Metal Nanostructures. Khalid Hassan Tantawi is receiving a Doctor of Philosophy in Electrical Engineering, and he will be hooded by his advisor, Dr. John Williams. His dissertation is entitled Porous Silicon Platform Technologies for Transmembrane Protein Investigation. Carl Alexander Easy is receiving a Doctor of Philosophy in Industrial and Systems Engineering, and he will be hooded by his advisor, Dr. Donald D. Tippett. His dissertation is entitled A Discrimination of Success Variables that Indicate Increased Likelihood to Achieve Phase 3 Commercialization or Technology Infusion from NASA-funded Phase 2 Small Business Innovation Research. Michael Richard Brown is receiving a Doctor of Philosophy in Mechanical Engineering, and he will be hooded by his advisor, Dr. Kader Frindi. His dissertation is entitled Numerical Studies of Supersonic Jet Impingement on a Flat Plate. Doctoral degree recipients in the College of Science will be hooded by the Dean of the College of Science, Dr. Jack Fix. Adam Michael Goldstein is receiving a Doctor of Philosophy in Physics, and he will be hooded by his advisor, Dr. Robert Priest. Dissertation title is The Use of the Bulk Properties of Gamma Ray Burst Prompt Emission Spectra for the Study of Cosmology. Doctoral degree recipients in interdisciplinary programs will be hooded by the Dean of the College of Science, Dr. Jack Fix. Gatika Trivedi is receiving a Doctor of Philosophy in Biotechnology, Science, and Engineering, and will be hooded by her advisor, Dr. Leland Cheka. Dissertation is entitled Transcriptome Characterization of the Ectomycorrhizal Fungus Lacaria bicolor to understand metabolic reprogramming during symbiotic interaction with Populus tremolaudes. Gokul Krishna Taraga is receiving a Doctor of Philosophy in Biotechnology, Science, and Engineering, and he will be hooded by dissertation advisor Dr. John Shriver. Dissertation's entitled Preferred DNA Binding Orientation of the Hyperthermophile Protein SAC7D. Kirthi Prasad Venkataramanan is receiving a Doctor of Philosophy in Biotechnology, Science, and Engineering, and he will be hooded by his advisor, Dr. Carmen Scholes. The dissertation is entitled A Study of Anaerobic Fermentation of Biodiesel-Derived Crude Glycerol into Butanol using Clostridium pasteurianum ATCC 6013. Po-sun is receiving a Doctor of Philosophy in Optical Science and Engineering, and he will be hooded by his advisor, Dr. John Williams. Dissertation title is Studies on Metallic Three-Dimensional Photonic Crystals.
Will the candidates for master's degrees please stand? President Altenkirk, the School of Graduate Studies presents these candidates for master's degrees. On behalf of the graduate faculty, I recommend that the degrees be conferred.
By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees, and upon the recommendation of the graduate faculty of the University of Alabama in Huntsville, I confer upon each of you the master's degrees for which you have been recommended, with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities pertaining to those degrees. Welcome to the company of scholars.
Please come to the stage to receive your diplomas. Family and friends, please note that the graduates will be entering from both sides of the stage. Students from the colleges of Business Administration and Nursing will enter stage left, and those from the colleges of Engineering, Liberal Arts, and Science will enter stage right.
Emily Melissa Belknap.
Robert W. Oxendine II.
Michael A. Burton.
Alexis Maximilian Varellin.
Kit Yi Chung.
Ankar Subhash Akolkar.
Alicia B. Glenn.
Joel Preston Carpenter.
Ruth Ann Klinzak.
Grant Garner Chandler.
Mary Hannah Rainey.
Selena C. Ferguson.
Joshua Robert Seaman.
Joshua Eric Hamilton.
Julie Halverson Smith.
Amar Awad Muhammad Taha Almanzi Hilal.
Cecil Hughes Spence.
Jessica Isley Henson.
Demuni Abesewardina.
Galen Noberte Cheek Imes.
Jonathan Allen.
Carolyn Sangeetha John.
Lisa Ann Berry.
Benjamin Clark Kelly.
Eric Michael Harris.
Morgan Wedgeworth Lambert.
Trennis Elliott Hayes.
Crystal Diana Laws.
Christy Elizabeth Jackson.
Rachel J. McCauley.
Nicole Grace Yacht.
Jordan Christopher Miller.
Brian C. Layton.
Michael Cody Mitchell.
Benjamin Michael Mandel.
Gerald Patrick Oliver.
Nicholas Ray Meyer.
Jason D. Phillips.
Guangwen Miao.
Jillian Lee Quillen.
Lauren Elizabeth Miller.
Alexandra Teresa Ragland.
James Robert Page.
Christopher John Sims.
Jordan Ryan Paquette.
Bernard Billy Jason Vetupu Benson.
Carly R. Stoltz.
Stephen A. Boyer.
Stacy Temple Tucker.
Julie Faye Poole.
Angela L. Turner.
Paige Lee Colburn.
Daniel Patrick Waite.
Kelly L. Crawford.
Stephanie Thotch Warnes.
Christopher James Finn.
Alexander Peter Warbeck.
Heather Nicole Harwell.
Natalie Jean Wrinkle.
Valerie E. Lotz.
Quinshang Zheng.
Martha Carolyn Mandel.
Rebecca Bradford Messer.
Stacy Carla McSweeney.
Andrea Nicole Senegar.
David James Rudamikkin.
Padmini Sripati.
Michael Joseph Slanovitz.
Eldon Carl Blanchard III.
Supriya Adagada.
Lori Shui Abernathy.
Mona Mishra Chadari.
Melanie Renee Banks.
Ratonia Latrice Dunning.
David Brian Beck.
Adam Stephen Epling.
Meredith Clark Bellew.
Kishore Kumar Ganuguntla.
Krista C. Brockway.
Sveta Govindai.
Laura Murby Bernstead.
Kimberly Michelle Helms.
Deidre Fortenberry Carter.
Akito D. Kawamura.
Courtney Ellen Clardy.
Spurthi Mineni.
Sheila Diane Klopp.
Garish Ajit Nirupar.
Michael Samuel Cole.
Frederick M. Segrist.
Tammy J. Colson.
Madhav Sigdale.
Bobby J. Creel.
Swomya Tiramdasu.
Heather Bryan Davis.
Paul Douglas Warnes.
Timothy Clayton Dickey.
Santaya Ronnie Yakali.
Katie Diane Dickinson.
Sagar Vital Hadawali.
Robin Elizabeth Irwin.
Curtis Stephen Lawson.
James Clayton Estes.
Noemi Torres.
Amy Rochelle Franks.
Haritha Pulatakirti.
Erica Freeman. Jennifer Jane Hayes. Christina Ruth Howell. Lori Janelle Jones. Michelle Lee Jeteniant. Alana Lynn Lively. Cassandra Diane Long. Monika Madek Zajak. Carrie Hope Meeks. Alexander Jonathan Mikolachik. Lindsay Burns Miller. Terry B. Mobley. Joanna Lee Monroe. Amelia Page Moon. John Wayne Moore. Tracy Clark Morgan. Andrea D. Mulliken. Ryan Matthew Niswander. Laura Marie Noblet. Catherine Daig Otto. Megan Elizabeth Pace. Michael Brandon Phillips. Kelly Dawn Pickett. Donna Ford Richardson. Stephanie R. Rivas. Michelle Louise Robbins. Danielle Marie Roderick. Christy Michelle Roop. Jessica D. Ryans. Lori Schultz. Joni Chapman Seagrove. Kimberly Ann Seaton. Jennifer B. Sharp. Lisa Jane Simmons. Joni Trina Snow. Christy Lynn Sorrell Strickland. Jennifer Louise Trompas. Ellie Duplass Tsikalas. Adam K. Wilson.
Will the candidates for bachelor's degrees please stand? President Altenkirk, the faculty of the colleges present these candidates who have completed all requirements for the bachelor's degree. On behalf of the faculty of the university, I recommend that the degrees be conferred.
By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees and upon the recommendation of the faculty of the University of Alabama in Huntsville, I confer upon you each of the bachelor's degrees for which you've been recommended, with all the rights and privileges pertaining to those degrees. Welcome to the company of university-educated women and men.
Please come to the stage to receive your diplomas. Family and friends, please note that the graduates will be entering from both sides. Students from the colleges of liberal arts, nursing and science will enter stage left, and those from the colleges of business and engineering will enter stage right.
Angelier Deshanka Abram.
Nathaniel Arthur Ashcroft.
Kati Abukatesh.
Alyssa Cornelia Ashley.
Tatiana Yurevna Amis.
Casey Ryan Altman.
Ilene Nicole Anderson.
Brandon Lee Baxter.
Kelly Carpenter Andrus.
Kirsten Jaquez Bennett.
Alexandra Nike Arawajoye.
John Frank Blaha IV.
Mary Catherine Atnip, magna cum laude.
Daniel Mark Blankenship.
Robert L. Atnip.
Christina L. Bozek.
Ralph Andre Bassett, cum laude.
Ariel Borja.
Crystalline Hannah Beard.
Ashley Nicole Brown.
Kevin Bertian Bennett.
Desmond Martell Brown.
Jonathan James Berry, cum laude.
Jessica Ann Brown, summa cum laude.
Kate Blake, magna cum laude.
Teresa Danielle Brown.
Amber Melia Bowers.
Haley Elise Bowie.
Nathan William Bradley, cum laude.
Kristen T. Burge.
Bethany Carter Broussard, magna cum laude.
Tina Renee Clements, magna cum laude.
Rashida Edian Brand.
Antonio Dwayne Cooper.
Lenita M. Carter.
Leah Denise Porter.
Scarlett Brooke Chandler.
Michael Jacob Cotton, cum laude.
Erica Marie Coates.
Brittany Leah Crafts, cum laude.
Whitney Deanna Cobb, cum laude.
Natalie Saran Courier.
Gary Justin Coggin.
Dana Elizabeth Erickson, cum laude.
Lara M. Coram, cum laude.
Zilong Fawn.
Candace Brooke Deaton, magna cum laude.
Nicholas Kane Franklin.
James Paul Desta, magna cum laude.
Daniel Friedrichsen Canellis, cum laude.
Whitney Blake Dorning.
Damon H. Green.
Kendra Biana Eliard.
Marcy Elizabeth Grooms.
Sarah Marie Erdner, summa cum laude.
Andrew Joseph Hand, cum laude.
Andrew Joseph Faustman, cum laude.
James P. Harvey.
Bonnie Lynn Ferguson, cum laude.
James Ross Hickey.
Mary Jane Fleming, cum laude.
Ethan Christopher Hobbs, cum laude.
Deborah Lynn Flynn.
Clinton Clay Holland.
Jacqueline Ray Flynn.
Bruce Lester Howard.
Christopher Ryan Freevert.
Kiara Marcia Hyder Fletcher.
Kenneth Frankie Garcia, honors program, cum laude.
Gregory Cole Koger.
Derek Brendan Greer.
Sarah E. Krusak.
William Ryan Griffin.
Max Demas Ledesma, magna cum laude.
Keith David Harris, cum laude.
Dongjo Lee.
Hobbs Donald Hundley, cum laude.
Hunter Rhodes Leo.
Bess Elizabeth Jernigan, cum laude.
Jared Michael Lockett.
Aaron Shea Johnson.
Kevin Michael Long.
Ashley Nicole Holland Jones, cum laude.
Alana Ribas Lures.
Rachel Eunice Joseph.
Stacy Lynn McCrary.
Sarah Syed Mustafa Kamel, magna cum laude.
Lauren Page McCullough, summa cum laude.
Jessica Nicole Keegan.
Beck Everett Mitchell.
Brandy Lynn Kelly.
Dimitri Lamont Mitchell.
Carl Harry Kuberg.
Jared Kane Moore.
Catherine Elizabeth Lacasse, magna cum laude.
Anna Rebecca Morris.
Logan Tyler Lemming.
Ty Zachary Miot, cum laude.
Amanda Nicole Levan.
Brian Tang Nagak Nguyen.
Gabrielle Marie Lowe.
Jimmy James Norlis.
Jay Colvin Lonergan Jr., summa cum laude.
Jessica Lee Pearson.
Jennifer Marie Matheny, cum laude.
Sean Michael Pimentel.
Jennifer Lene Millard.
Roy Thomas Pruitt.
Courtney Blair Myers.
Francis Andrew Rondesi.
Delana N. Montgomery.
Dwayne Douglas Rice.
Summer Marie Mouvery, cum laude.
James Robert Rivas.
Melissa Mulinax.
Aluda Salashivli, cum laude.
Adam Jake Osborne.
Justin Elliott Samples.
Jessica Michelle Overcast.
Scott Edward Schofield.
Brittany Michelle Page.
Stephanie Lorraine Shrink.
Eric Sloan Parker.
Marcus Alexander Shanto.
Matthew G. Patrick.
Adam Lionel Smith.
Jennifer Cochran Reed, cum laude.
Lauren Ashley Sparks.
Daphne Marie Salvador, summa cum laude.
Leah Suzanne Sparks, summa cum laude.
Michelle K. Schmidt, summa cum laude.
Shara Andi Stansberry.
Aaron Randall Sexton.
Michael Sean Stone.
Emily Beth Schaefer.
Nagak Han T. Vo.
Jimmy Joseph Sitko.
Aslan Swan Ward, magna cum laude.
Jessica Vanessa Sotelo.
Alicia Patrice Webster.
Tricia Stacy, cum laude.
Katsunori Sugahara, magna cum laude.
Martha Kristen Steelman.
Julia Renee Sullivan.
Brenda Michelle Taylor Moody, cum laude.
Brianna Michelle Thomas.
Jesse Edmund Thomas, magna cum laude.
Sarah E. Thornton.
Amanda Lee Tucker.
Edward A. Villata.
Mia Wallace.
Dominique Volz.
Jessica Diane Webb.
Michael A. Walker II.
Leanna Michelle Whitaker, summa cum laude.
George Washington.
Kimberly Starr Willis.
Kelsey Elizabeth Weaver, magna cum laude.
Emily E. Aray, magna cum laude.
Chastity Nicole Wilson, cum laude.
Carolyn J. Everett, summa cum laude.
Kai Kwan.
Nathaniel Ross Beasley.
Taylor Mackenzie Acker.
Hannah Caitlin Bright.
Shirazad M. Almardini.
Chelsea Brooke Bryan, cum laude.
David Joshua Allman, cum laude.
Whitney Renee Bumpus.
Ashley Elizabeth Anderson.
Mindy Lee Carrasquillo.
Patrick Cole Barron.
Jessie Marie Carter Barnes.
David Michael Bradford Jr.
LaShonda Annette Cater.
Ronald Jacob Brandenburg III, cum laude.
Elizabeth Chavez.
Carrie Beth Brewer.
Brittany Lauren Childress.
Joseph Bart Brown.
Ashley Marie Clifton, summa cum laude.
Mallory Catherine Brown, honors program.
Nikki Deanne Cook.
Martin Anderson Kane, cum laude.
Ashley Nicole Cooper.
Tyler Lamar Chancellor.
Michael Joseph Crow.
Joshua Michael Ciardelli.
Danielle Elaine Cutsall.
Dayton Thomas Clark.
Amanda Claire Dean.
Jana Marie Cole, magna cum laude.
Samantha Nicole Dudley.
Tiffany Lauren Cole.
Caitlin Danielle Ellis.
Ryan Adam Cowart, summa cum laude.
Amanda Lee Estes, cum laude.
Joshua David Crook, honors program, magna cum laude.
Matthew John Fairclough.
Landon Keith Dalton.
Jennifer K. Friscura.
Joshua Thomas Dillon.
Shannon Eugene Gann.
Joseph Charles Dowd.
Stephanie Lee Harvison.
Richard A. Dyer.
Anna Elise Heflin, cum laude.
Rush E. Elkins IV.
John Lofton Hoover.
Jessica Ukala Elmore.
Shelby Arlene Jensen.
Tariq Elkidder El Sayed.
Teresa Lynn King, cum laude.
Josiah W. Farrell, cum laude.
Whitney Nicole Lovett.
Nicole Alzaline Fern.
Michelle L. Mansfield.
Paul Nelson Fryer.
Julie Dent McDaniel.
John James Gibbs III, magna cum laude.
Joe Clayton Owen.
Damian Wayne Geske.
Idara Olawusian Oyekanmi.
Maggie Elizabeth Hall.
Kelly L. Parks.
Clayton Leon Haney, cum laude.
Kevin Michael Pascal.
Andrew Todd Hicks, cum laude.
Brandon David Patrick.
Brandon Wayne Hodges.
Stephanie Susan Rail, cum laude.
Cody Ryan Hooper.
Sanika Castrell Reedus.
Michael Andrew Holsey, cum laude.
Christy Dawn Reed, summa cum laude.
Michael David Ingerson, summa cum laude.
Albany Tess Robertson.
Megan Nicole Johnson, cum laude.
Lauren Elizabeth Rooks, cum laude.
Hannah Lynn Jones.
Kristen Norwood Rushing.
Michael Keith Jones II.
Emily Reed Selvage, cum laude.
Douglas Ryan Kirby.
Margaret Elizabeth Sharp.
Matthew Joseph Kovac.
Rachel Carol Sims.
Napo Kapanji.
Shatina Cheval Smith.
Benjamin Thomas Langford.
Ty Springer.
Anthony Wayne Langley II.
Riley Mae Deland Stapler, magna cum laude.
Stephen Kyle Lauderdale.
Julia Ruth Stone, cum laude.
Kyung-hoon Lee.
Chelsea Elizabeth Strickland, cum laude.
Tak Jo Lee.
Elizabeth Claude Tozen.
Justin Kurt Lisenby.
Lauren Elizabeth Tootin.
Keith Robert Lowe.
Jewel Marie Usher.
Krishnan Salish Magan, magna cum laude.
Megan B. Williams.
Jeffrey Charles Mann.
Charlene Allison Wilson.
Rebecca Helen Malden.
Tiffany Dare Wright.
Christopher Glenn McDonald, magna cum laude.
Jennifer Maria Zweig.
Derek Stephen Miller, cum laude.
Thomas Jones Adams, magna cum laude.
Arthur James Moore.
Jessica Aline, magna cum laude.
Charles P. Moy.
Nicholas Dion Austin.
Erwin Darren Miles.
Jason Lane Acock, summa cum laude.
Stephen Day Nelson.
Xavier Lindell Baldwin, cum laude.
Brandon Wayne Newton.
Joshua Earl Berry.
Danielle Lee Norton.
Amanda Jean Bosserman, magna cum laude.
Thomas William Oakley, cum laude.
Brianna Nicole Bowman.
Levi Vernon Ogle.
James Charles Brenton, cum laude.
Jonathan Matthew Parmenter.
Sophia Nicole Broussard, magna cum laude.
Mitsu Ajay Patel, cum laude.
Kimberly Rose Coates, honors program, cum laude.
Nilesh D. Patel.
And Sharik Kanika Cole.
Virag Janardhan Patel.
Susie Rainbow Cummings, cum laude.
Brandon Sean Phillips.
Samantha Renee Cutton, cum laude.
Michael Christopher Pinkston.
Natalie Rose Daly, cum laude.
David Michael Richardson.
Rachel Ann Dougherty, summa cum laude.
Kevin Allen Ritter, cum laude.
Joan R. DeVoe.
Sabia Runa, magna cum laude.
Paul Edward Dixon II.
Khalid Osama Sabu.
Lauren Shelton Faustman, cum laude.
Stephen Edward Sanders, cum laude.
Tara Caldwell Ferguson.
Sean Joseph Sheehy.
Melanie Marie Ferry, cum laude.
David Lee Shockley.
Rosalie Jana Flores.
Derek Michael Simmer.
Ashley Cheryl Garth.
Victor Marcel Singleton.
Brittany Shantae Giles.
Haley Catherine Smith, magna cum laude.
Jessica Caitlin Headley.
Mitchell Andrew Smith, cum laude.
Reginald Earl Henderson.
Sarah Renee Smith.
Richard M. Hudgens.
Blake Allen Springer.
Chris Lee Johnson, cum laude.
Pamela K. Stanley.
Michael William Kitchens.
Jordan Ross Stillman, cum laude.
Bradley Taylor Maddox, summa cum laude.
Wesley Scott Stipe.
Andrew Christopher McCourt.
Hiroki Takahashi.
Jason Andrew Myers.
Sandra Sue Talley.
Kara Michelle Million, Honors Program, cum laude.
Jacob Michael Terry, cum laude.
Munanari Otani.
Julie Elizabeth Thomas, summa cum laude.
William Baxter Peterson.
Jeremy Michael Trom, summa cum laude.
Brian Aline Phillips.
Natalie Brooke Waters.
Alexander Pivavarova.
Mitchell Clark Wrinkle.
Ryan Adkins Preston, cum laude.
Justin Kyle Youngblood, cum laude.
Anne-Marie Elizabeth Rovere.
Jeanette Nicole Zatowski.
Matthew Stephen Sayer.
Brian James Zelinsky.
Daniel Nicole Sinopoli.
Gregory Lee Zelinsky, cum laude.
Lauren Nicole Strickland.
Andrew Leland Zolar.
David Allen Till, Jr. Anna Catherine Ucutter, summa cum laude. Martha Lee Ucutter, summa cum laude. Jeffrey D. Walker, cum laude. Michael Franklin Wilkie, summa cum laude. Tempest Siena Wilson. Katrina M. Vitovitz. Tatsuro Yamaguchi.
We will now hear a few words from SGA President Carolyn Butler and your UAHuntsville Alumni Association President Michelle Revis.
On behalf of the Student Government Association and the student body, I would like to congratulate you on being here today. Oftentimes we find ourselves in wonder of what our next steps may be, but today should solely be a day for you to just sit back and admire the greatness of this accomplishment and every person that helped you along the way. Your journeys in life are all unique, so therefore you should not be classified with another, but know that the time and work you have shared in unison here at UAHuntsville has not only made this class succeed, but it has also been a reflection of the excellence of this university. Again, congratulations on all of your accomplishments and best of luck in all of your future endeavors.
I'm Michelle Revis, President of your Alumni Association. Congratulations on achieving this important milestone. As your next to the last speaker, I'm aware you're anxious to move on. And as you do, I'm confident you're prepared to face an interesting and challenging world, even though it's sometimes filled with tragedies we can't understand. But we are grateful here for the spirit and energy you brought to our university. As you charge into your future, you take a part of UAHuntsville with you. I recently watched the classic college comedy of kind of my era, Animal House. And so whether you remember friends, classmates, roommates, a professor who challenged you, an alumnus who inspired you, whether you remember participating in or leading campus organizations, participating in or cheering on our Charger athletes, or, like me, that special someone you will never forget. All have played a role in the person you have become. Your memories may not be like those of mine and Animal House, food fights, toga parties, that sort of thing, but your university memories will endure. You leave here today as educated men and women, skilled to pursue your dreams, and I hope they're big dreams. Don't forget, though, as you enter this new stage of life, you are not alone. You are a part of something bigger, something that will give you the strength and confidence to make everything you touch better. Our university will always be here to support you in your continuing quest for lifetime learning. I encourage you to remain involved and use your talents to propel our university to greater heights. I'd like to recognize that we have Alumni of Achievement awardees in our audience. These men and women took the knowledge they gained and made significant contributions to their field of study and make a real difference in our world, our community, and our university. And just like you and just like me, they were all once students here at UAH. It's my honor to welcome each of you as a member of our UAHuntsville Alumni Association with a one-year complimentary membership. As I'm sure you've already discovered, looking in your nice blue folder, your membership card is there. Please use it often and show your Charger pride. Thank you.
In the life of each student, there are individuals who have helped them to make this day and their achievements possible. So I'd like all of us to recognize those individuals and give them a big round of applause. So will the following please rise and be recognized? Mothers and fathers. Grandmothers and grandfathers. Spouses. Close friends. And children of the graduates. And I'd like to thank all these groups for making this possible for our graduates. Congratulations. Thank you very much.
Once again to the graduates, great job, well done. Let's all give the graduates one more round of applause for their hard work. As we close, we'll follow our custom of singing an alma mater. Please stand for the alma mater, which is printed on page 1 of your programs. After the alma mater is complete, we invite you to a reception, which will be held in the East Halls immediately following our reception. That's out to the lobby and to the left. I ask that you please remain standing for the entire recessional.